Buenas YouTube, hi YouTube, ¿qué tal estamos? WhatsApp, ¿qué tal? Volvemos con el contenido de Love and Deepspace en el canal, la gentecilla, más more Love and Deepspace, ¿ok? Si eres, if you are an English speaker, ¿ok? Así que vamos a hacer el primer capítulo de nuevo contenido de la historia principal de Love and Deepspace, Death and Rebirth, ¿ok? Y pues nada, vámonos para allá, ¿no? Estamos por aquí en Twitch, si quieres salir, justamente allí, ¿vale? Justamente allí a vuestra derecha y demás, ¿ok? Así que, chatcito, saluden. Saluden y díganle a YouTube que se pasen por aquí, si quieren salir. Así que comencemos. Lectura en inglés. Venid a Twitch. Within the span of a single month, the Far Space Fleet's significant return and subsequent secret departure stirs intense public discussion. The rumors that circulated when Skyhaven was under martial law discussed the fleet's armed operation to eliminate certain anomalous wanderers. While no footage of these events has surfaced, the fleet's tight-lipped response has inevitably sown seeds of panic among the population. After the Chrono Reef catastrophe, the Hunters Association released several reports on Wanderers' evolution and their mutations. Like humans, the Wanderers continue to grow stronger. Peace remains a distant goal for this world. As people grow increasingly uneasy about the fleet's mysterious operations, a bombshell announcement takes everyone by surprise. Ever announces the imminent launch of a project called the Fountain of Atay. The 40-second preview quickly becomes a global sensation and the focal point of discussions worldwide. The internet debates the development and application of protocol technology. Skyhaven, powered by protocol energy, becomes the target of widespread criticism due to the fleet's recent actions. Countless conspiracy theories emerge. Beneath the floating island, Lincoln scattered lights with an intricate web across the land. In the windowless night, dark figures flit by glass walls, their quickly masked by the red glow of aircraft burning lights atop skyscrapers. The unrest brewing online seeps quietly into the physical world and ferments under Lincoln's facade of normalcy. Waves of controversial topics stoke the growing public outrage. The association becomes the primary target of this rising tide. In response, the association implements a series of countermeasures. This includes the covert relocation of the Spatial Core stored in the association's building.
Ha! Look at all the online discussions.
Buah, Simone, te echaba de menos.
What is Ever really up to? Did you guys find any leads?
Que quiero destruir a Ever, leñe.
Throwing around phrases like groundbreaking achievement and the next step in human evolution. They've got guts.
In a self-driving protocol vehicle, Simone scrolls through an endless stream of updates on her phone.
Give Given their extensive research into protocores, they do have the credentials to back up such claims.
As a protoist, I'm all for advancing protocore tech. But ever? With methods as sketchy as theirs, they might drag us down with them.
The Fountain of Ate has reignited the purest attacks against protocores.
At their core, the prototists and purists represent two opposing viewpoints: support for the development of protocol technology and the opposition to it. The purists believe that although protocols are powerful, they're dangerous. There are too many unknowns, and overzealous research can lead to a catastrophic crisis. In earlier years, they urged humanity not to be blinded by profit. They argued that using Earth's natural energy resources was the only way to ensure civilization survive in a stable condition.
Our latest missions have been targeted by their radical members. That's why we need to transport the spatium core in secret.
Que tengo que compartir una cosilla. Me piden por aquí que tire una multi más en el banner de Caleb. Yo digo, no, ya tiré una, no pienso tirar más, no pienso arriesgar mi suerte para que me salga la memoria de Caleb. Es que no quiero, que si no, que me tiene agarrada el brazo. Me tiene agarrada el brazo, no quiere soltarme.
If those purists dare to cause trouble, they can say hello to my protocore particle cannon.
We shouldn't be too hostile. While they're traditional, certain prototists can be just as extreme. After all, we've only researched less than 10% of a protocore's potential. There's nothing wrong with maintaining a healthy respect for the unknown.
Wow, Andrew. A deep space hunter like you is defending the purists? They're the ones trying to stop our technological progress.
Haven't the purists been quiet for several years now?
That's because our protocore tech has developed so rapidly and successfully these past few years. The stuff's been integrated into every aspect of our daily lives, big and small. The purists always insisted that humans shouldn't develop protocore technology. But the reality is, humanity can't live without it now. Facts speak louder than words.
Gasland romance references.
Improving a person's quality of life, fighting wanderers, and helping humanity explore the deep space tunnel and secrets beyond our universe. The prototist's vision for the future is being realized one step at a time. Without concrete evidence to support the purist claims, it's only natural that they lost ground.
What about you? Whose side are you on?
Side on a kindness. La verdad, yo estoy a favor de poder usar. Assuming we can use science to look into protocol energy so that it can improve our lives. I'm with the prototypes.
I knew you weren't someone who's afraid of progress.
Es que soy basada. Simone, yo soy basada. Yo estoy a favor del progreso, pero el verdadero. El progreso de la ciencia, la palabra de la ciencia. The vehicle passes through the tunnel, which is the last, highly dangerous point in our designated route. The secure vault is at the end of this road.
Metaflux levels are within a stable range. Begin storage intake procedures.
We really worked hard today. Since this is our last shift, let's finish strong. Late night snacks are on me.
Wait, there's a massive source of metaflux heading straight for us. It's coming in fast. Bim! At that moment, a truck wreathed with flames and crackling with powerful metaflux comes barreling toward us from behind. It's going at full speed. As soon as Simon and I jump out the cargo hold, our transport vehicle is violently thrown into the air. An explosion releases searing heat behind us. We have an emergency. Transport vehicle I09 is under attack. Coordinates are being transmitted, requesting backup. Before we can find our footing, there's another explosion. We're sent flying through the air. Protocol particles riff around the overturned transport vehicle. Through my blurred vision, I see several distorted figures emerging from the flames.
Go. You're free.
The unfamiliar voice is masked by the crackling flames. My ears are still ringing, and I can't tell if what I'm hearing is real or just in my head.
It's a shame we're seeing each other again when you're in such a pitiful state.
Oh.
Did Josephine ever mention our time together at the Gaia Research Center?
Ya empieza. Lore, mucho Lore. Who are you?
I guess not.
Excruciating pain tears through my entire body as my heart begins to tremble uncontrollably.
Who I am doesn't matter. The real question is, who are you?
I am me. She suddenly grabs my throat and a sharp pain pierces my neck. It's like 1,000 needles just stabbing me. I feel like I'm suffocating as I lose control of my limbs. My heart pounds violently while a chaotic force stirs within my body. Blood trickles down my forehead. Through my crimson-tinted vision, I see the container holding the spatial core rolled into view.
You were born in the depths of Deepspace. You were supposed to be ours, a one-of-a-kind, precious creation. Without the key, the Fountain of Ate will only remain a poor imitation.
Espérate, esa fuente ya existía. Esa fuente ya existía y no me he enterado. Dazed, I hear something faintly crack. Suddenly, an unprecedented power surges through my veins and bursts forth with brilliant light.
The key belongs to no one else. You are the one who holds all of its secrets.
Transporting the spatial core was classified mission for special operations. The attack wasn't revealed to the outside world. After spending 2 days in the hospital, Simon and I were ordered to suspend all missions and focus on resting until we made a full recovery. Afterward, Jenna secretly visited us to reveal the truth. The association president, as well as others, suspected there was a high-ranking mole in the association. Since Simone and I were known to the enemy, we needed to lay low. Our temporary suspension was to protect us and serve as a smokescreen. Externally, the radical purists needed to be handled with caution. Internally, dealing with the mole would inevitably disrupt their plans. Jenna didn't really talk about the station car. She just gave me a look that told me to be patient. Chaotic energy courses through my blood. The burning sensation in my chest is more intense than the pain from my injuries. Unable to sleep, I toss and turn. Then I finally sit up and turn on the bedside lamp. My heartbeat is faster than usual. I gently press my hands against my chest and rest my head on my knees. I can't believe I ended up by absorbing the spatial core. Why me? Another sharp pain strikes my chest and a severe strange energy streams are torn apart. They proceed to emerge together and create an endless restless turbulence.
Did Josephine ever mention our time together at the Gaia Research Center?
Abuela, ¿qué
The
hiciste?
key belongs to no one else. You are
¿Qué
the one
hiciste,
who holds
abuela?
all of its secrets.
Grandma. The research materials Grandma left behind might not just be an unfinished history. They could be a link in a much larger chain. Unicorn and the Gaia Research Center. That's where time has sealed away the truth I seek. The Gaia Research Center, if I remember correctly, it was in what used to be the most prosperous district, now known as N109 Zone. Vamos a volver a casita. Volvemos a casita, gente. Vamos a volver a casita. Let's see if there's a key waiting for my return. Once my injuries are healed, I don't hesitate. I report my next surgery during my administrative leave to Jenna via secret comms channel. The ruins of the Gaia Research Center, located in the N109 zone. Amidst the snow-covered mountains stands a building of precise geometric perfection, the Fractal Library. It was erected at an unknown time. The library doors slowly part. Let me read. Wearing robes, a young boy with snow-white hair pushes them open. A soft ethereal light spills out from behind the doorway and touches the snow. The boy looks down and gently scoops up the small white creature by his feet.
It's time to collect what's due from the 7-year promise, Shuchi. We need to pay the emissary a visit. I wonder how he's doing. How have these 7 years treated him? Is he getting along with his classmates? Did he succeed in his thesis defense?
As the white light fades, the boy's foot sinks into something soft. Snowflakes fall into his head. He is surprised.
Huh? How did the library end up here? Did I mess up the incantation?
The white creature suddenly leaps down and runs away. Its tail playfully draws arcs in the snow behind it.
Shuchi, I know you haven't seen snow in a long time, but that doesn't mean you can just run off.
The boy hastily grabs his traveling bag and runs after the creature. He manages to catch its tail just before he falls face first into the snow. Behind him, the massive library doors slowly close. He raises his hand only to realize he left the Accessus bracelet the emissary gave him in the library.
Oh, Book of Answers, just this once, would you be so kind as to tell me where I am?
His back suddenly bulges. A thick book emerges from it. Opening itself, it rapidly flips through its pages before finally materializing towards the Arctic.
How long will it take to get back to Lincoln City?
The Book of Answers flips its pages once more. 8,000 kilometers! In the desolate Arctic, Avoid and his companions suddenly drag their luggage, their figures gradually vanishing into the endless expanse of white. Acto número 2. Leaving the southern area of Lincoln City, I drive down Bear Boulevard. The scenery on both sides of this white street slowly deteriorate. After I installed the anti-interference chip Silas sent me on my motorcycle, I've been able to freely pass through the portafield disrupted no-hunt zones number 6265 and arrive at what once the most prosperous tech hub in the region. Now it has become a criminal's paradise, the N109 zone, casita, home. The abandoned building where I first met him still stands in the desolate courtyard. Come to think of it, a lot of time has passed since my initial meeting with the feathered leader of Anakainos, my husband. After entering the N109 zone, the streets remain deserted. Not a soul could be seen, but it becomes livelier as I approach the central district. A river of people flows through the streets. They surge with me toward the same destination. What's going on? It sounds like it's coming from Charon. Or Caronte. Above the streets, massive holographic screens glow neon blue. They display live footage of the district in 4 areas. A scared woman is bandaging a knife wound in her shoulder at a street corner, and a boy who cornered a wanderer in a dark alley rips out his protocol with his bare hands. A gang member plunges a dagger into his companion's chest. Isn't Caron supposed to be trading hub? Why are they fighting? At the top of the display, rows of names and numbers flicker rapidly. All old ones are erased as new ones appear in the place. Is this some kind of competition? Nothing that happens in the N109 zone surprises me anymore. I turn my attention away from the massive display and keep trying to call silence. When I visited the auto workshop, its owner knew around me. They were probably colleagues. If I want to find out where the Gaia Research Center was located, he probably has some leads. Silas had raced through the streets to get us to the auto workshop, and I was unfamiliar with the N109 zone back then. To find it again, the most effective way would be to ask Silas. He's not answering. Fine, I'll just fetch him from Onakaino's base. Driving my motorcycle, okay? I'm about to make a turn into the alley ahead when a bolt races past me. It grazes my temple. My body lurches to the... Let me read. My body lurches to the side as I dodge, but the momentum sends my bike sliding until it crashes into a corner. It's completely wrecked. I barely regain my footing when another bullet twists through the air. It's heading straight for me. Clink! A cane flashes before me and deflects the bullet. It ricochets into the wall and leaves behind a smoking hole in it.
Watch your step, kid. There are places you shouldn't wander into.
At my feet, a thin orange-red laser stretches across the street to the buildings on both sides of the street.
Alone is hosting its triennial Zalion hunt right now. Everything beyond that line is in the killing zone. One step is all it takes for the surveillance drones to lock onto you with their multi-lens systems. Then they'll automatically register you as a participant. Every criminal in the N109 zone is waiting to hunt down.
I dust myself off and get up. Who are you? The man before me appears to be in his 50s or 60s. His white hair is neatly combed under a gentleman's hat, and he's using an old-fashioned cane as support. He stands in stark contrast to the chaos of these streets.
I'm just a ferryman on the river Styx. I help travelers cross. Are you planning to cross Caron's river?
Like a king surveying his domain, he turns to look at the eastern and western districts of Caron that are surrounded by orange laser barriers.
Shall I be your guide?
Thanks, but no thanks. His offer seems harmless, but that curious glint in his eyes makes me hesitant about accepting his help. Experience was taught me one simple lesson. When someone becomes interested in you, trouble isn't far behind. Thanks, but I'll take a different route.
The killing zone spans across 8 streets, and the arena in Caron's central district is its epicenter. Ambushes like the one you experienced can happen at any moment. Taking a different route might not be the best choice.
Right before my eyes, he steps over that orange-red boundary. But the attack I expected to happen never occurs. I cross my arms and study his gaze, which seemingly shines with goodwill. Are you trying to make me ask why you weren't attacked? He reaches behind his ear and produces a round chip no bigger than a fingernail.
This is an ID camouflage chip. If you have one, it masks your biometric data so you can't be traced. As long as you're within 3 steps of me, you'll be within its range of concealment.
I take the chip and examine it. My evil doesn't detect anything suspicious, so I hand it back to him. Alright, I'll trust you for now. With my biometric data mask, I follow this unfamiliar elderly man into the devastated eastern district of Caron. Acto 3. The stench of gunpowder and blood fills the streets, and the continuous metaflux explosions make my heart pound like a drum. If you're not like those criminals, then you shouldn't mind answering a few questions. What are the rules of the Soyon hunt? A cold wind sweep parts the humanoid wanderers crash into a roadside show. They grab and tear a person's limbs apart. But then a sudden protocol explosion engulfs the storefront.
They're like that. Hunts of the primal variety. People become hunters and prey to fight for a gold coin. With it, they'll be granted one wish from the Lord of Caron. At the very end, whoever enters the central arena with the coin and remains the last one standing becomes the winner.
Yes, I'm the last one standing. From the upper floor of a shop, a drunken man leans halfway out. He quietly raises his gun in our direction.
You can use evil weapons, protocore weapons, and your own fists.
Our roar resounds before the bullet can lift the gun. We remain untouched as our would-be attacker falls, his chest pierced by metaflux.
Wanderers are just another weapon people use to hunt each other.
The drones record everything. The screens immediately cycle between shots of death and victory. And somewhere in the darkness, thunderous cheers erupt from the crowd.
What a waste. I've seen him before. He's formidable when he isn't drunk.
The man stops, his hands claps over his cane. He closes his eyes, as if to observe a moment of silence for the deceased.
Isn't it brutal? I hope you weren't frightened.
It takes more than that to scare me. I've witnessed deaths worse than this.
Indeed. Life has a way of catching us off guard.
Stepping over the fallen body, he leads to me a place with a brilliantly lit sign that reads, Elysium, the true paradise.
Hey, next round's on me.
No, I'm gonna be late.
Yeah, just throw it on my tab, whatever they want.
The familiar bar is packed tonight. Everyone clutches their drinks as they gather around a screen that's broadcasting the Soyun Hunt.
Here are the latest predictions. You can't miss these guaranteed winners. Come one, come all. Who wants to join the fray? Join us!
Stop banging on my tables. Do you think hiding in my little sanctuary and drinking your life away makes you special?
It's not like I don't pay for my drinks. I'd rather drink myself to death here than get killed the moment I step outside.
Amidst the cacophony of voices urging people to place their bets, this dangerous business brewed from human lips proves to be very enticing.
A lot of folks are placing bets this year. But being the hunt's primary target isn't exactly a blessing.
Opportunity is always born from danger. It's a traditional rule of the Zalian hunt.
The elderly voice cuts through the air with commanding authority. Everyone turns their heads at the same time.
Old man Dimitri's here!
Who's you picked this here, old man?
I need to discuss something with a friend. Would you mind waiting here for a moment? The meal sets here are good, and the drinks are decent. Give them a try if you're interested.
I politely nod. However, I've decided not to touch the food in this place.
Oh, dear. Why did you say our drinks are decent? You're so picky, Gramps.
A pair of lemon-scented hands encircle my neck, but they quickly pull away before I can retaliate. The owner of Elysium moves to face me.
Ah, we meet again, Missy. You're really something else if you know someone like Dimitri.
No lo acabo de encontrar. His name is Dimitri? Who is he exactly?
He's the Lord of Charon. As the true owner of Charon, Dimitri is the one who hosts the Zion Hunt. The arena at the center of the market belongs to him too.
But Caron is supposed to be a free trading zone. How can a place like that have an owner?
You're not the only one curious about it. But Dimitri's background... Elysium has been open for years, but I haven't heard anything about his past. Even Silas, the leader of Anakinus, keeps his distance from Dimitri.
Pero no porque Dimitri sea intimidante, sino porque Silas es muy pensativo, inteligente, estratégico. Come to think of it, Silas hasn't mentioned him before.
Since this isn't our first meeting, let me properly introduce myself. Aslin, that's my name.
Sierra,
Would you like to order something?
I'll pass. I didn't bring my wallet. Aslin's lips curl into a mysterious smile.
Elysium doesn't always collect payment in cash, and our services extend beyond just filling empty stomachs.
Darien HTV, ahora eres un nuevo lobito sionista.
Darien, gracias por el follow. Before I can ask for details, Dimitri returns and gives me a nod. Gracias por el follow, thanks for a follow.
Come here.
Welcome. Oh, bienvenida, bienvenido. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And welcome to my channel and my little community. Behind the counter, Aislinn lowers her voice and winks at me.
If you need anything special in the future, ask for the connoisseur's menu. I'll give you a 20% discount. Bye-bye. Come back soon.
As I step aside, yeah, she gives me good vibes. As I step outside, gunshots, screams, and maniacal laughter fill my ears once more. It's hard to believe that his refined, elderly gentleman beside me is a master of a hellish domain. So, I heard you're the Lord of Caron. Can you really grant wishes? You said that the winners of the Soyon Hunt can make a wish to the Lord of Caron. Can you actually grant any wish they make?
Of course not. That's something only gods can do. But human wishes are nothing but mundane desires. Fulfilling them is a simple matter.
With Dimitri leading the way, every danger we encounter becomes something to walk past. It allows me to safely traverse this lawless battlefield. It's really. Thank you, thank you. I'm a Spanish speaker, of course, but reading is like helping me to improve. Also helping me to remember lost words I lost in my level, my English level. Just as I'm about to step over the thin orange red laser, a familiar crow breaks the silence. Across the street, Mephisto perches on a lamppost. He looks at me and tilts his head. Mephisto, pa' acá mi niño, pa' acá. Hi.
Your friend is here to pick you up.
The cane falls into the laser line, and the Lord of Kawon stops at the edge of his territory, taking not a step further.
I'm sure our next meeting will be much sooner than this time.
What do you mean?
I mean, my duty as your escort has come to an end, until we meet again.
Dimitri watches me leave with an unwavering smile, like an ordinary old man out for a walk in the park. Acto número 4. volvemos a casita. With Mephisto as my escort, I arrive at the familiar base without a hitch. Mi niño. Thanks. As soon as I enter the building, I hear a violent explosion from one of the rooms. Is Sonicanus Space also involved with the Zoyon hunt? The room is dark. Mindful of Silas' sensitive eyes, I turn on a floor lamp at its lowest setting. In the center of the room stand four egg-shaped gaming pods. 3 of them are rocking back and forth. Their surfaces, covered in the LED lights, pulsate in tandem with the explosion sound effects. I walk up to Silas's gaming pod and knock on it several times. Silas? Silas? Mephisto's being cuffed. The base is surrounded. They're after you. Absorbed in his virtual world, Silas doesn't respond. Oh, come on! I walk away and settle into the 4th gaming pod, the only one that's empty. Inside, the surrounding screens transfer into an endless expanse of stars. Realistic sound effect immediately filled my ears. I fire up my spaceship and set off to pursue Silas's fleet. I lock onto the engines of the first ship I see, grip the controls and open fire.
Who was that? That's brutal.
Hi, my son. Pressing home my advantage, I target the next ship. It's immediately destroyed. And just like that, only one ship remains in the game aside from mine. It must be Silas's. Activate the ship. I unlock onto the ship.
Target spotted. Would you like to initiate tracking?
She. Divert all power to engines. Don't let him escape. My ship's engines burst with brilliant blue light as I surge towards Silas's vessel. My ship remains unfazed. It gracefully spins away from my attacks as I close in. However, the elegant move proves to be costly. The ship's tail raises a meteor, which triggers red warning lights in Silas's cockpit. The simulation ends with the blaring alarms still echoing as the gaming pod slowly opens. Silas emerges and removes his hologram helmet.
Why were you so riled up? You blew up half the battlefield, too. Are you satisfied now?
Estoy satisfecha de verte, mi amor. Digo, agua. I'm short on time. After I ask my question, I'll go. I expected him to make excuses about losing the game. Instead, he furrows his brow while he stares at me. What?
You had something nice to eat?
No, I was just at Elysium, the owner and I coughed up.
Playing dumb isn't very nice, kitten.
As he speaks, he moves closer to me as if sensing something.
A special protocore. Is it an ether core?
Silas' accurate assessment catches me off guard. While trying to keep the energy within me stable, I turn to look at him and respond with an inquisitive smile. What's wrong? Weren't you playing hoping I'd get stronger?
Who gave it to you?
It's related to an incident. A few days ago, the Hunters Association protocol transport vehicle was attacked. I was on it.
I heard. The Association getting humiliated is an excellent source of entertainment for the N109 zone.
Really? A strange person infiltrated the group of attackers. She found me and started talking about these bizarre things. That stuff is still uncertain, so I decided to tell Silas only the simplest part. As I was on the verge of losing consciousness, my body instinctively absorbed the spatial core. His Adam's apple bobs once. Let me see. And I catch a glimpse of the protocol in his eye, emitting a dazzling red glow. Before I can get a better look, he walks to the minibar. He downs a glass of liquor in one go. The turbulent energy within me finally settles down, and I realize Silas is locked in an intense battle against his desire for protocols. Claro, a ver, normal, él se lo come.
Setting aside the possibility that you're here to show off your shiny new protocore, what brings you to the N109 zone?
Aparte de que te quiero ver tu preciosa cara, digo. I walk toward him and bring up a holographic map of my watch's interface. This map was created during Lincoln City's final field, shortly before the Chrono Rift catastrophe.
And?
As I continue to zoom in on the display, the world's Gaia Research Center appeared on the map. The person who almost killed me said I first appeared here during one of the Unicorn Research Team's experiments. Silas glances at it before turning his attention to the chessboard on the table.
And you actually believe that nonsense?
I need to go there and find answers. Then I'll know if she's lying or not. Our last game ended in a draw, so I quietly joined the chess match as Silas remains quiet. After surveying the chessboard, I move up my room from the back rank. When I was younger, I had doubts about my past. Later, I figured that so long as I was healthy and safe, none of it really mattered. But a human heart shouldn't contain a protocol. I need to find out who I really am instead of waiting for my mysterious people to find me. As soon as I reach for another piece, Silas immediately captures one of my pawns.
And then what? Do you actually believe that learning about your past will make things better?
A ver, por lo menos sí, un poquito. When I see people, whether close or distant, suddenly racing toward a destination, refusing to accept the unfavorable position, I look at the chessboard again. I take my knight, my only chance for a breakthrough. The one who seems to stay still may be left at a disadvantage forever.
That's just what it looks like on the surface, kitten. As soon as you make your move, you give your opponents an opening. Sometimes the best move is not to make one at all.
As he speaks, he taps my king. It's safe for now, but it's trapping the setup for a pincer attack. There's little hope of escape. What about you? Before he can pull back his hand, I quickly grab my queen and point at Silas' eye. Your fusing with a protocol couldn't have been a coincidence either. Is that a friendly piece of advice or a warning? In our brief standoff, he finally shows his first smile of the day.
My situation holds no value as a reference point. Those words were nothing but a distraction so I could win the game.
Silas grabs the chess piece from my hand, taking my wrist. He guides me to the floor-to-ceiling window. Pero como, ¿así o así? As the curtains slowly part, they reveal the night sky. Below us is the N109 zone in its
Since
entirety.
2034, the N109
Buenas,
zone has
Gintoki.
undergone multiple
¿Qué tal estamos?
construction.
Desde 2034 no ha nacido ni nada. Viendo el juego, la verdad, yo simplemente digo que ese juego es muy bueno, sí. Un momentito, voy a hacer un pequeño cambio. Voy a hacer un pequeño cambio. Vale, he hecho algo más grande. Aquí. Vale, perfecto. Vamos. Perdonen, gente. Estaba viendo el tenis con el triunfo de Alcaraz en Roland Garros. Mi padre también lo está viendo. De vez en cuando, pero lo está viendo. Vale. Vamos aquí. Vamos aquí. Vamos a cambiar. Que esté todo tan separado. Le damos aquí. Aquí. Delete. Submit. Y ya estaría. Y le damos a save. Bueno, creo que ya ha cambiado esto. Sí, ha cambiado. Ha cambiado. Perfectísimo. Me gusta. Listo. Vale, un momentito. Tengo que hacer aquí una cosilla. Vale, ya está en B, Rodic. Siguiente. Sí, prosigamos. A ver, 2034. ¿Me pueden criogenizar?
Look at the outside world. Can you match any of these roads to that old map of yours?
The once straight streets become a maze. Nearly all the landmarks have vanished. Surely the people who used to live here.
They left.
Ever's agent, handlers for gathering intel?
Dead.
What about the old workshop's owner? Surely he is...
Unfortunately for you, he just left town yesterday. He won't be back until next month at the earliest.
Adiós dinero, tengo que ahorrar para la nueva consola de Xbox. Y el Nightbot respondiendo, venga, hasta luego mamarracho, te veré de nuevo. La verdad, yo he querido hacer que mi Nightbot sea cariñoso pero a la vez un mamarracho. Literalmente, ¿se le puede cambiar el nombre? No. Ojalá cambiarle el nombre. I frown as my lids get cut off before me.
Do you really want to know?
Sí. Estoy preparada. Even if I didn't, People keep forcing me to find out. He pushes me closer to the window. Then I realize it. The only person who knows the truth has been right here all along.
There.
Es que es
underground.
portátil, 20 años tarde, pero finalmente. ¡Ah! Que Xbox ya ha puesto su primera consola portátil. Listo. Vale, guardado. No puedo. Por lo visto va a correr Steam. ¡Ah! Hace una hora la acaban de anunciar. Anda, mira. Following Silas's gesture, I see it. The massive holographic screen in the sky. It's the heart of the Soyon hunt I experienced today, a paradise of bloodshed and revelry, the Caron Arena. Join the game. Conociendo a Microsoft, ahora qué otro estudio comprará. No lo sé, ¿eh? No lo sé. The massive holographic display makes everything feel strangely unreal. The latest rankings continue to scroll by. The individual in first place has remained unchanged since this afternoon. To hold the top spot for so long in such a brutal hunt, he must be strong.
He's been at the top since last night. He's good. I'll give him that.
Each change in the ranking marks at the end of another life. They know it's suicide, yet they still eagerly rush in. Is that coin really worth it?
I see you know a thing or two. But fewer than 30% of the participants are there for that coin. In the N109 zone, what matters more is the desire to hunt, the thirst for bloodshed, the craving for domination. Or a means to prove one's loyalty.
He steps away from the window, and the curtains close behind him. Through the gap, a red X appears over the first place. portrait before it vanishes forever from the giant screen. Based on your experience, how much longer will the hunt last? Since the dazzling neon lights have been blocked, my thoughts become clearer. The safest option would be to search under the arena after the hunt ends.
By the looks of it, the finals will start tomorrow. This stage always ends quickly. It never goes beyond 6 or 7 days.
Uh-huh.
This year's hunt has some extra stakes involved, so the finals will be more intense. It'll be over in 2 days. After that,
He walks to the sofa with measured steps and takes a seat.
the arena will be demolished.
Así. What?
Many have coveted the arena for years, but its owner isn't as young as he used to be. His grip on power isn't the same anymore.
Ah, bueno.
So, the vultures circling this territory already have a silent agreement in place. They'll host an overtime match once the Zoean hunt is over.
Looks like participating in the Soyun hunt is my last chance to find the Gaia Research Center. And breaking into the arena by myself is no easy feat. Who knows? What awaits in the ruins of the research center? I can't waste too much of my energy on fighting. I need an ally. My gaze falls on Silas, who's sitting on the sofa.
Don't even think about it, kitten.
La cara que ha puesto. La cara de soy feliz me va a decir que me líe con ella. Hugo. La cara de felicidad que ha puesto. ¿Habéis visto cómo la ha brillado? You've been watching the hunt unfold from the sidelines. Don't tell me you haven't been plotting something.
Are you implying you're the one who has all the schemes?
Pretending to threaten him, I playfully pin him down on the sofa. Ooh. You said you don't mind me using you, and right now I really want to use you, so I can get into the arena. It's not like you'll lose if you join. It's a win-win situation, right?
If you want to drag me into this, flattery and tricks won't be enough.
Bueno, pues esta noche lo hacemos.
I'll have to disappoint you, kitten. I have guests to meet, so I can't join you in your gladiator game.
Bueno, pues habrá que decirte, pues... ¿Qué tal si me uno a una Kairos? Who? There's a knock on the... There's a knock at the door. Luke and Kieran, mis hijos, vale, my children, who had left the gaming pod, have returned. Their voices come through from the other side.
Boss, our people just delivered their report. We've taken care of all the goods ever brought this time.
Leave a few alive. There's no need to be too thorough.
Yes, sir.
There are a few troublemakers in the area, boss. Can we...
Do as you please.
Thank you, boss.
Es que parecen niños, tío. Parecen niños. El que era en todo educadito diciendo... diciendo, padre, no sé qué, no sé cuánto, que no sé qué, no sé cuánto, que lo hemos hecho todo. El Luke. El mamarracho de Luke.
There are a few troublemakers in the area, boss. Can we...
Oye, papá, podemos... Silas.
Do as you please.
Thank you, boss.
Es que encima lo dice como si fuese... ¡Gracias, papá! Ay, te emocionado el Luke. Es que me encantan estos niños. Au. Your guests are from ever?
They came all the way here, saying they have a profitable deal to discuss. How could I not play the role of a gracious host?
You're planning to take them all down.
Is it a bad idea?
It's great, actually. With one graceful stride, he helps me stand, grabs my shoulders, and turns me around.
Come. It's not like you're busy. Let's see what kind of presents they've prepared.
Ya, pero antes, ya que te he visitado, ¿no? Ya que te he visitado, dame un beso, ¿no? ¡Go! ¡Golazo de España! Ha marcado Españita. Ah. Ay. After our high-speed ride, we found ourselves before some ruins. They're shrouded in mist and gun smoke. The air is thick and with chaotic energy fluctuations, throwing a kick aside some unidentifiable debris and pick up a broken half of a wine bottle. Oh! No me hagan clip, por favor, no me hagan clip. Hundred-year-old wine, empty jewelry boxes. Don't tell me these are your welcome gifts. Silas casually responds as he slowly circles the area and takes in everything.
They know I won't show up, yet they're still playing a game of pretense. Would you like to guess the reason, kitten?
Either Eva is confident enough to think you'll accept their deal, or the deal is just a front. They're hiding something that can be used against you.
That's why I won't sit around waiting for them to make their move. People only show their hand when they're backed into a corner and desperate to survive.
Silas stops walking, picks up a broken gun with stock still containing traces of protocol energy, and crushes it.
I prefer a direct, efficient approach.
I run my fingers along the energy residue on the wall, using my evil to sense the fluctuations in the air. Various energy signatures are intermingled. 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 Although they are erratic, they're not particularly strong. If these were meant to deal the killing blow, they're underwhelming.
The real trump card is...
Nearby, a metal wall suddenly collapses. From the dust and debris, multiple armed figures emerge. Their silhouettes are arranged in a staggered formation. As electrical currents flicker to life, they reveal how the lower half of each figure's face is a mask made of mechanical components. It's integrated into the bodies. The energy readings are changing. In the blink of an eye, dozens of thin blue beams simultaneously lock onto our foreheads.
They've finally shown themselves.
Mierda. Just before the beam could pierce us, Silas grasps me and pulls us back. The spot where we once stood is reduced to scorched earth. I'm just about to catch my breath when the beams converge on us again.
Get behind me.
Vale, cari. A black-red mist appears out like a net. It lunges at the blue beams that are attacking us. The mist disintegrates instantly as surging shockwaves and countless energy beams violently burst from all directions. Silas immediately creates another barrier of mist to shield us, but in the blink of an eye, most of it has already been destroyed. These energy beams, they can nullify your evil?
Antimatter weapons. They actually managed to get their hands on something interesting.
No, bueno, ahora planeas matarte tú. No. Yo no voy a permitir que mi marido muera. No lo permito. Un momentito que se me ha olvidado. Se me ha olvidado poner el comando del horario bien. O sea, lo que es corregirlo y editarlo. Ahí, perfecto. Porque si no me viene gente diciendo, no, pero es que el horario, pero es que... Pues toma el horario, güey. No preguntes más. He wipes away the blood from his neck, but the wound shows no sign of healing. The figures raise their weapons. The figures raise their weapons at the same time to take aim away. Yet Silas responds with a smile instead of being angry. He gathers a more powerful energy storm in his hand. This isn't good. They'll wear down Silas at this rate. Spotting my motorcycle nearby, I quickly dash toward it using the scattered cover for protection. After another explosive blast, I race through the lingering dust cloud and return to Silas's side. The thundering roar of my back's engine envelops us. Come with me. The motorcycle roars at full throttle as we whiz through the N109 zone. The sound of gunfire is hot on our heels. I duck and dodge the explosions around us. While Silas sits back in the passenger seat, he wields his protocol weapon as he is playing a shooting game. Are those really antimatter weapons? Silas, were they specifically designed to take you down?
They're just cheap knockoffs, kitten. Keep your eyes on the road. Besides,
a group of shadowy figures closing in behind us calls us Silas's evil, strikes them out.
I'm not alone. I have you.
Two motorcyclists in black clothes in from both sides. They're trying to slam into me at the same time. I'm just a driver who follows the traffic rules. Already at that full throttle, I make a split-second decision to step on the brake. I let my motorcycle fall back to dodge their coordinated attack.
They're putting up quite a fight.
How are you planning to shake off these guys? They don't have the energy fluctuations I'd see from those monsters, nor do they show any signs of being modified. But their movements are mechanical and rigid. It's as if they're following someone's commands. We don't have much time. We'll reach Karun in 2 blocks.
You better not forget to turn. Let's not crash into it, kitten.
The boundary of the killing zone is ahead. The last untamed street marks the line between sanctuary and hell. A perfect, foolproof plan quickly forms in my mind as I push my motorcycle's horsepower to its limits. True, entering with the leader of Anakainos, my husband, amidst the wild howls of our pursuers, I charge towards the laser barrier. Well, that means I might end up being a target with you. Time seems to slow down as the orange red light sweeps over the front wheel of my motorcycle. It washes over my bike and Silas, who's behind me. Clearly aware of Karun's rules, our masked pursuers stop just before the boundary there. They force to watch us slip away. We turn and enter a desert alley. My motorcycle finally gives out. Cyrus and I dismount. Uh-oh, we ended up here after all. Oops. But at least I helped to shake off those pursuers.
I might have believed it was an accident if you didn't sound so enthusiastic.
Our faces suddenly appeared on the district center screen. They're magnified dozens of times over. It's that same instant, the gunfire echoing throughout the killing zone falls silent. Then, the still air brims with passion as the screams resound. They're celebrating, or maybe going wild over Silas's entrance.
You got what you wanted. There's no turning back now.
I helped you out. I helped you out. It's time for you to return the favor. Go underground with me. We need to check and see if the old Gaia Research Center is really there.
A life debt is impossible to repay. But since you asked so nicely, kitten, do I even have a choice?
With Silas' slaughter still in the air, I navigate through the Alice derbies and barricades and make my way toward the Karen arena. Wait a minute, I'm starting to think you were planning to swoop in during the finals and catch everyone in your trap!
I would never do such a thing. I'm not nearly as clever as you are.
Voy a desactivar las notificaciones porque es que si no... Silenciar mensajes... Acto 6. Madre mía la que se ha liado. Countless bullets whiz above our heads as I take cover. As soon as I crouch down, a missile destroys half of the wall before me. Silas, watch your head! The blinding white light makes me close my eyes. I feel myself being lifted by a powerful force and pulled into its protective embrace. Silas carries me like a cat. With one arm around my waist, he kicks open a door and rushes into a building. ¿Qué? Espérate, ¿así? Sí a todo. An explosion rocks the building from upside. The entire team is wiped out.
We're safe, for now.
Phew. Masked men, wanderers, weapons, guns. There's no end to them. They're really determined to take us down.
In most cases, being too strong is a curse in itself.
I take the bidding leaderboard. Silas's name sits at the top. The amount of money people put on him is several times higher than the contestant in second place. If you're not like everyone else, you get punished. They're definitely targeting you.
To think I'd make a splash for my first Zoian hunt. Oh well.
I shoot him a glance and bet my entire paycheck on his name.
Should I say I'm honored?
Since you are already in the spotlight, I might as well profit from it. Just keep that first place spot warm and be my decoy. When I get the money, we'll split it 70-30.
Anyone can make empty promises. And I'm not an altruistic philanthropist, kitten.
Ah, que te lo quieres quedar todo. Name your price. If I can afford it, then we have a deal.
Oh, you can definitely afford it. It just depends on whether you're willing to give it to me.
Ya está usando el ojito. No lo uses, sí. His right eye begins to glow with an eerie red light. My heart races, and I try to look away so I don't get controlled.
Congratulations! You are now in second place on the betting leaderboard.
My communication device vibrates just as Silas fiddles with his phone. It's followed by the melodic notification sound of a successful payment. What are you doing?
I placed a bet on you. Now you have the highest odds in the game. If you win, I'll make a fortune.
Esto es una partida de estar usándole y que él nos use. Esto es recíproco. Esto es un quid pro quo, como él dijo él. O sea, como dijo él, es un quid pro quo. Tú me usas, yo te uso. Yo te uso, tú me usas. Literalmente.
Do you want to match my wager?
I shouldn't have underestimated you. You never make a terrible deal. Don't forget to split the winnings with me. 80-20.
Oh, you're so greedy.
Just for you, my love. Just as our conversation helps me catch my breath, there's a rustling sound from the corner. Shh. I creep silently towards the source of the sound. Then I turn around with my gun raised.
Please, don't hurt me.
My gun is pointed at a frail old man who's barely alive. Finding someone as old as her in the Soyon hunt seems unbelievable. But this is the N19 zone. Instead of lowering my gun, I tighten my grip and take another step toward her. Before I can ask another question, Metaflux suddenly searches. A wonderment materializes and instantly lunges at the old woman. Look out! My hunter's instinct takes over before I can think. I try to protect the elderly, but the woman let me read by throwing myself over her. As I brace for impact, shards of metaflux explode behind me. They're intertwined with wisps of a familiar mist. I turn around to see Silas standing behind us. He flexes his wrist, while traces of his evil linger around his hand.
I take my eyes off you for 1 second and you just rush in. The association definitely trained you well, kitten.
I'm grateful that you rescued me and gave me a backhanded compliment.
¡No!
Pollarzábal!
¿Dónde Pollarzábal?
I look down. A dagger pulsing with evil energy is locked in the lower right area of my abdomen, and the old woman's trembling hands clutch its handle. You!
I didn't mean to. I was trying to kill the Wanderer. You're the one who got in the way.
Mentira! Salius picks me up as the old woman releases her whip of the dagger and flees.
Fool.
Mátala. A black-red mist starts chasing after her, but I hold back my pain and press down on Salius's arm. I shake my head. Let's take care of my wound first. I grab the first aid kit from the shelf and sink into the couch. I open it and search through its contents.
Let me do it.
It's fine, I can handle it.
You slipped several times already. I don't think you can handle it.
It's not that bad. Hey! Black red mist wraps my arm and lifts me into the air, yet my fall is unexpectedly gentle. I find myself lying across Salius's lap as he sits on the sofa. The first aid kit lands next to us.
You'll break the latch if you keep doing that.
The medicine sends a sharp pain into my wound. Trying to distract myself, I stare at the tangled cables on the ceiling.
Have you counted how many cables are up there?
Shh! Don't interrupt me. I only got to 27. My attention shifts amid his watchful gaze.
Does it hurt?
Me está entrando una angustia. Me está entrando mucha angustia. Me está entrando mucha angustia, gente. Yes. It really hurts.
This is a special antiseptic from Caron's black market. No one has ever claimed it doesn't hurt. It's extremely effective since it makes wounds heal 10 times faster than normal.
Really? Then the pain is worth it.
I lied. It's just a saline solution.
Salius discards the cotton ball after he finishes cleaning the wound. He holds the hemostatic resting between his palms, then he pauses.
You seem distracted. Are you thinking about that old woman?
Sí, que quiero matarla. Yeah.
Are you mad?
I'm not, it's just... I wouldn't say I'm angry, I'm just curious about what made her, and the other people who live here, turn out like that.
Maybe they don't think anything is wrong with what they've become. One man's hell is another man's paradise.
Me voy a guardar esa frase ahora mismo. He applies a small amount of pressure to my wound. I wince and catch the playful glint in his eyes.
You can barely take care of yourself right now, but you're still going to worry about others? Most people here are foolish. They run after their desires and never realize the treasure they were born with.
Don't tell me you're talking about their lives when you say treasure.
I'm referring to their soul.
Silas tilts his head slightly and points to his eye.
Even at just 21 grams, the soul is one of the most precious gifts the universe has given to humanity.
When you collect souls, are you basically stealing from the universe?
Did you just change the subject by making fun of me? Can you stand up?
You shouldn't underestimate me. I jump up from his knee and stretch my limbs to prove I'm fine.
Don't push yourself. In this game of life and death, even the smallest vulnerability could cost you everything. Leaving right now wouldn't be a good idea. Stay put and keep quiet.
Hearing the sounds of gunfire in the distance, I think for a bit before agreeing with Silas' agreement. But as I'm about to sit down on the couch, I see a familiar blue beam appear by Silas. ¡Silas! Nos han cortado el momento romántico, leñé. Nos cortaron el momento romántico. At the last possible moment, Silas and I leap from the window and narrowly escape the blast. In the depths of the dark alley, familiar figures emerge. It's those Max Fever again. They're very persistent.
They seem to be very confident in their antimatter weapons. In fact, they genuinely believe those are enough to finish me off.
They might though. What I mean was, don't underestimate them. I glance in the direction. While I speak, there are 5 of them. The alley is in a dead end, so we can go left and flank them. Silas, draw their attention. I'll intercept them.
You already planned everything out, huh?
He nods. Then he takes 12 steps to position himself as my shield.
Move quietly, and watch out for the other hyenas who are lying in ambush.
After the final thunderous blast, the dark alley is once again swallowed by nighttime, fog and deathly silence. Are you okay?
You stole the words right out of my mouth.
Silas quickly checks my waist of any signs of bleeding. Then he returns his attention to the broken weapon and lifeless figures on the ground.
The numbers don't add up. Almost 10 of them are missing.
Hopefully, they are really dead somewhere else.
They won't die that easily with weapons like those. They're most likely in hiding and waiting for another chance to strike.
How did they know we were here? Did our popularity give us away? Silas takes my wrist and his fingertip brushes against my inner arm. My fingers curl out of reflex. What? What are you doing? He releases my wrist and holds up an almost transparent chip between my fingers. What's that? Silas crushes the thing and drops its internal components to the ground.
A tracking device.
I try to think back to everyone who could planted that on me, but there are too many possibilities. Dimitri? Is this why Dimitri, the Lord of Caron, offered to help me on his own accord? But what does he want in return?
Regardless, this place isn't safe anymore. Come along now.
Silas takes my wrist again and leads me out of the alley. Me lleva de aquí. De aquí me lleva. Y como romántico. Acto 7 y penúltimo ya. I thought finding a suitable hideout would take a lot of effort. But Silas knows exactly where to go. He quickly leads me to a vintage automobile repair shop near the arena. Two vintage street lamps flicker inside, not outside, inside. A desert highway backdrop and bullet holes decorate the entrance. It's quite fitting for our situation. After making sure we weren't being followed, I breathed a sigh of relief and pulled up a chair to ease my pain. Ever just won't quit. Isn't there a way to deal with them once and for all? The arena fights are bad enough as it is.
The ones we took out were only minions receiving commands. For signals to be distributed simultaneously, there must be a leader carrying the central control unit. Take out their control unit, and we can disable the entire group.
Speaking of which, I detected an unusual metal fluctuation when I encountered them. Silas turned around to look at me.
What makes it unusual?
I'm not sure how to explain it, but maybe it's connected to that control unit you mentioned.
They've really been busy behind the scenes. They're using protocores like they're toys.
Silas averts his gaze and turns away. He walks to a corner of the shop.
Change of plans. We need to step up our game.
What?
Find the leader, neutralize them, and extract the control unit.
We're going to do reverse tracking? That might work. I'll use those unique fluctuations to locate them. Silas crouches down by the decorative bar counter along the wall. The sound of rummaging soon fills the air. What are you doing? Or are you looking for weapons?
I'm hungry, so I'm looking for food.
I see that my interest is piqued. Is this place one of your properties?
Maybe. Those with refined tastes know how to seek out places that match their standards. The vehicles outside are enough to prove the owner's discerning eye. I spoke too soon. Those with refined tastes know how to seek out places that match their standards. The vehicles outside are enough to prove the owner's discerning eye. I spoke too soon.
¿Por qué se habla tan pronto? A mí no me importa. Digo. After retrieving a bag of food from the cabinet secreted like wooden crates, Silas returns to the small table, a look of displeasure on his face.
These are emergency rations. If you're not picky, try to eat as much as you can.
Canned food? That's not too bad. I thought it'd be much worse considering how you act.
Weren't you the one who kept asking for more home comforts at the base?
The base is for living, but this place is for surviving. The standards are different. But seriously, have you thought about making your chefs develop canned foods? With their skills, we could have gourmet canned food experience next time we end up in a situation like this. While I keep rambling, the cans are opened and I rant. Silas gives me a look but doesn't arc. What?
How's your wound? No amount of talking will change that pain.
I'm starting to think the medicine wasn't normal. It hurts even more now that I've stopped moving. I take a huge bite out the canned luncheon meat. I try to distract myself from the pain by chewing. As I reach for the energy drink, his hand hovers above the can. He sprinkles a medicinal powder over it. I stare in disbelief. Did you just spike my drink right in front of me?
Are 2 painkillers going to be enough to knock out Lincoln's finest hunter?
No.
I know you want to stay away. You're worried the extended release painkillers will slow your reactions. Keeping you safe for half the night will be easy. I'm here, which is more than enough.
He picks up the can and moves the luncheon meat aside before setting it down in front of me. The small table becomes a chessboard once again, but this time my opponent sends his pieces into my territory to supply his queen.
As for whether you want to let your guard down for half the night, that's up to you, kitten.
Lo voy a beber. Since you put it that way, Under his watchful gaze, I alternate between sipping my drink and eating. I quickly replenish my energy after consuming 3 cans of protein-rich food. The pain gradually dulls. Looking at my leftovers, I notice that Silas has barely touched his food. With a questioning look, I wave the can at him.
I'm full.
¿Cómo puedes estar lleno si apenas has comido? You were full after eating one slice of meat?
I don't want to eat. I don't like it.
You're the one who said you were hungry. In the dim lighting, Silas fidgets with the can opener. His gaze lingers on a particular vehicle and his interest is evident.
The last Slavernos in the world. This shop's owner really knows how to hide treasures in Caron.
Le interesan los coches. Ah. Sitting with a full stomach only makes me drowsy, so I get up and follow him into the maze of vintage cars. A distorted figure flashes in my peripheral vision. I turn around only to see my reflection in the glossy black car door.
The Phantom Zero, produced 60 years ago. Comfortable seats, spacious in the back.
¿Me está haciendo ahora mismo un tour por el concesionario y me está presentando los coches? Sin palabras. Thinking I'm interested, Silas turns back to stand beside me. Our distorted reflection merges on the car door.
This model was always popular with young
Let's look at tu
Are you?
Cállate, Sorco. ¿Cómo estamos? Anda. First of all, those young dreamers from 60 years ago should be elders by now. Teniendo en cuenta, yo callarme difícil. Igual yo, igual yo. ¿Cómo estamos? Pues nada, aquí terminando el capitulito de la fan Deepspace de lo nuevo de la historia principal, que son 4 capítulos. Secondly, this car is cool. I won't deny liking it even if you make fun of me.
I wasn't.
He does something I can see it. Yo ando viendo qué jueguitos me van a traer para PC. Uf. He does something I can see in the pitch black Phantom Zero's headlights. Suddenly turn on. They cast their beam on another car in front. A ver, es que es normal. Sí. Para juegos de PC, sobre todo en Steam, hay juegos un tanto un tanto randoms, que normalmente no...
I have daydreams too.
Under the circle of headlights, the car stands like an actor center stage who's waiting for its story to begin. Silas steps into the light with one hand in his pocket. Unhurried, he leans forward with his hand on the car door to get a closer look. Is this what you mentioned earlier? The sliver? No?
Slaverno means
Ya que no tengo
explorer.
Game Pass,
It was the
no
last
tengo
model
Game
this
Pass.
company produced before going
En 2
bankrupt.
semanas tengo vacaciones y me lo voy a snifar cosa fina. Ah, pues nada, espero que te lo pases bien. Espero que te lo pases bien en el Metaphor. It sounds like they were exploring different methods to escape their desperate situation. Curious appear inside a fine layer of dust has settled over the interior. Their exploration might not have ended well, but at least the name shows they never gave up hope.
You have a knack for spinning inspirational tales.
He looks more relaxed as he's leaning to the side. Against the car door, he looks at me.
In reality, there was no tale about surviving despite the odds. It was just an ambition that withered before its time. In their final moments, they poured their last defiant breath into crafting this car's body and soul. What stands before you now is an embodiment of ambition that died 60 years ago.
The car's headlights illuminate one side of him. They're almost blindingly bright. Looking at his reflection in the car window, I can't help but think that if this car had a soul, it'd be just like Silas. I understand what he's trying to tell me. The essence of exploration is desire, and desire it in turn fuels ambition. It pushes us to explore beyond our limits. Esencia, just like you. You've always been chasing after a sense of future.
Really?
That's the feeling I get from you sometimes. There's a future you know the ending to, but you're still determined to reach it. And you're insistent of taking me with you. Silas raises an eyebrow. His body moves in one fluid motion forward. He's leaning against the car door. Then, he's right in front of me.
Are you sure you're part of my ending?
I'm just making an educated guess based on experience. If I'm wrong, you're free to correct me.
Given our positions, you should be the one who's eager to deny being associated with me.
Y si mejor te casas conmigo, me falta que un anillo, ¿eh?
And at this point, you already missed the best chance you had to deny it.
Seemingly done with the conversation he stands up, takes my wrist and leads me to the Phantom Zero. He opens the back door and tilts his head.
Sleep here tonight. Sound good?
¿Y si duermes conmigo? A ver, un coche hay que utilizarlo bien. The back seat is spacious, and the cushions are definitely soft enough. I turn as expected. Silas chose a sliver no. Silas chose a sliver no. He reclines in the driver's seat, his legs propped up on the open door.
Turn those lights off.
Okay. The car lights are off, and darkness once again blankets our surroundings. As I lie down, I realize how much fatigue I had built up from constantly fighting and running around. My head starts to feel heavy. Yet at times like this, thoughts seems to surface from persistently. It's beyond my control. Silas. Silas? I look up through the car window and see his foot resting on the door frame. It sways ever so slightly. I can tell you're awake.
Listen to yourself. You sound like you're talking in your sleep.
I struggle to sit up and lean against the window. I speak in a soft voice. I might be half asleep, but I know his plan will work. In 3 hours, it will be done. People have their guard down after waking up. That's when we'll speed up and make our move. You will draw the wanderers away and help me create the conditions for detecting fluctuations. I'll find a way to obtain the control you need the mask people's leader has.
Move at dawn, splitting up. Are you really treating this like it's just another Lincoln mission?
Lincoln never gives me this much freedom. I blink slowly and force myself to stay awake for just a little longer. I'm not playing around. I helped you deal with Ever, so you have to help me get the gold coin, and I can enter the arena.
And if I refuse?
Well, you can think about why you're really here. His foot stops moving. As I fight to stay awake, I see him stand up and approach me through my hazy vision. Then, a large hand steadies my head and gently guides it down before giving it a pat.
Get some sleep. Number 2.
Y nos vamos al último acto del capítulo a terminar el directo, gentecita. Fog seeps into the abandoned factory as I nimbly leap into a shipping container. I'm getting closer to the energy fluctuation I've detected. Soon enough, I spot approximately 10 motionless figures standing in a narrow gap between the containers. 6, 7, 8, 9. The rest of them are here. According to the plan, Silas is dealing with the other contestant and wanderers to obtain the arena entry token, a gold coin. Meanwhile, I'm tracking down those max figures, and that's why I'm here. I'll take down their leader first. Once I find out who's in charge, the rest will be a piece of cake. I close my eyes and attempt to channel the Spatial Core's energy. From my heart, warm energy surges and envelops my entire body. My racing heartbeat is warning me that I might experience energy overload if I continue. There! I sense that distinct energy signature and pinpoint the seal. No me dejan leer. To point the signal source in the chaos. I leap down from the shipping container, grab a masked figure's shoulders to pin him down, and press my gun against his forehead. With inhuman reflexes, his agua. With inhuman reflexes, he flips over and knocks me away. His chest doesn't rise or fall as he breathes. Instead, intermittent electrical currents crackle from within. Their leader is an android. Before the other masked figure can raise their guns, I pull the trigger. The bullet pierces the cold metallic chest above me. As if it's a weapon. As if connected by the same energy source, the surrounding masked figures clutched their chest. Their movements were delayed by seconds. I place my palm on the leader's lower head and detect something unusual. With 2 fingers, I reach into the eye socket and extract an artificial eye. Sparks fly from severed wires and as the machinery, still functioning, freeze. The masked figures have lost their power source. They fall to the ground one after another and let out faint groans. I hold up the artificial light to the moonlight. As I suspected, protocol particles within its shell emit a faint glow in the darkness. I'll be taking this. Elysium's neon lights dance, and as they always do as I arrive at its entrance.
Well, won't you look at that? Someone's still alive.
Hey, I'm ranked second on the leaderboard. I can't let all those people lose their money because of me.
You're too kind.
I need to lay down here for now. But now I'm going to contact Slater.
I see something's troubling you. When
Ya
you
estoy
have a
empezando a
lot
leer
on you,
mal.
You should treat yourself to a good meal. The body knows what it needs.
I sit down at the bar and remember what Aisling said about offering services beyond filling empty stomachs. I might as well see what this place is really capable of. The connoisseur menus, please. Ahora mismo vuelvo. Voy a echarme un pelín de agüita en la cara. cosas de las que me puedo quejar de ser alta es que literalmente ahora el lavabo lo tengo súper bajo. The menu is promptly presented to me. My gaze sweeps across the peculiar dish names, one at a time, until it lands on the last item. Sweet Evil Trap.
Every dish in the connoisseur's menu tells a story from the N109 zone. But the story behind this one hasn't started yet. It's waiting for someone to order it. In fact, it's been waiting for a long time now.
10.5 grams of soul.
Even at just 21 grams, the soul is one of the most precious gifts the universe has given to humanity.
Es una receta hecha por Silas. Silas practically has I prepared something for you written all over his face. I'll close the menu. I'll order this one then. The red wine marshmallows are sweet, and the pomegranate juice dances across my tongue.
How is it?
The notes of roasted rosemary and walnut intertwine, layer by layer. They unfold on my palate in an intricate dance of flavors. It's like him.
Your satisfaction is our greatest source of motivation. Here's your bill.
I'll look at it and see a 5-digit number. This is the price for one dessert?
I guess it can be if you're willing to pay that much. Try inputting these numbers into a map.
Doesn't the arena block sign us?
There's always an exception.
I follow Aisling's instructions. A red dot appears on the previously inactive arena map. 8 o'clock, West District Docks. This is an interesting choice in terms of locations. Aisling brings a finger to her lips.
Elysium has more uses than you can ever imagine.
The docks are completely deserted. Abandoned vehicles are scattered haphazardly across the area. Come on, Silas, if you don't show up soon, my cover's going to be blown. ¡Cinemática! Gente, no sabéis cómo estoy yo ahora mismito. No lo sabéis.
When I show up on time for a deal, someone usually gets carried away. I'm fashionably late for good luck. No need to thank me. Get in.
Thanks, I guess.
is a... For you.
Mierda.
Empty. What do you mean?
As you can see, it's a pass to the arena.
No time for jokes. Where's the gold coin?
It was tampered with, so I fed it to a wanderer. We can't have loose ends, kitten.
¿Cómo le gusta a este hombre que su mujer le domine? Es que le gusta. Es que le gusta. Le gusta, le encanta. Es que le encanta ser dominado.
You destroyed it?
There are other ways to enter the arena. I can guarantee that. I'm being honest. You know that. Don't move.
What?
We're being followed. We're going to have to fight if we want to leave.
Solo imaginaos, ¿vale? Solo imaginaos que ahora mismito están sucediendo cosas, ¿vale? Están sucediendo cosas en esta escena.
¡Oh, hijo!
Why don't we call a temporary truce?
We don't know how many are still in hiding. What are the odds?
With you, guaranteed victory. Hold on.
Evil Silas, huh?
Then you should help me fix that. Change of perspective.
I'm charging extra for this.
Ya, Silas la suda. Él encantado que le pise. O sea, Lion sí pisa a Silas. Él encantado. Feliz de la vida.
Look at us.
Someone's eager to die.
Don't kill me! I'll only fight right now!
It's too late. Rats. Nice control. You're good at driving.
Anyone ever told you that your driving stability needs some work?
Un
Any
cafecito.
suggestions I don't consider are filed under never heard of it.
Boss. The car emerges from the tunnel and races through. The car emerges from the tunnel and races through the streets from the killing zone. Please, don't tell me you went for a joyride earlier.
I didn't. I just grabbed a bite to eat.
You had a meal?
I couldn't get what I actually wanted, so I had to settle for the next best thing.
Come to think of it, I rarely encounter any wanderers while searching for the masked people. I guess someone was helping me from the shadows after all. But Silas doesn't look like he enjoyed his food. However, how were the wanderers? Delicious?
They were so unpalatable that it's not even funny.
Ah, que estaban rancios. Aww. Poor little Silas couldn't get that tasty treat.
Not only am I picky, but I have an enormous appetite.
Vale, pues si tienes un apetito enorme, cómeme, ¿no? Digo... I playfully shake my milk tea. Even though you were starving, you still bought me this.
Isn't it common courtesy not to show up empty-handed?
I pull up the leaf feed. The participant count at the top right shows the number 2. That means Silas and I are the only ones left. The gold coin markers flash on the map, but we ignore them. We're heading straight for the arena in the center of the arena. Do you really have another way to get in?
Yeah.
In the distance, we see a barrier formed by interwoven blue and orange lights. Instead of slowing down, Silas steps on the gas. The car is going to charge into it.
Hold on tight.
As soon as we hit the barrier, its violent energy tears our vehicle apart. It's going to be turned into heavy chunks of scrap metal. Silas uses this as an opener, which, with his evil, he tears open the barrier. Pero que me estoy rascando la espalda y me está picando bastante. Aquí. Your other way to get in was crashing into it.
What? It worked, didn't it?
La verdad que sí. Silas pulls me to my feet in one fluid motion. It takes a moment to steady myself before looking at our surroundings. The arena is bathed in dazzling blue and orange lights, the same ones that were a part of the barrier. The spectators' stands are filled with floating holographic screens. A luminous path extends beneath our feet. It leads to a central area where several metallic platforms stand beneath floating crystal structures. There must be some kind of mechanism that will let us go underground. Me pica la nariz, tío. When we approach this part of the arena, we don't find any mechanism. However, a peculiar spot on the central platform catches my eye.
Under normal circumstances, the gold coin would be the key to go underground and meet our Lord of Carol.
Yeah.
But this can't be considered normal circumstances.
There's always more than one way to beat a game. Besides, it doesn't matter if you had the gold coin. The Zoian hunt stopped being fair a long time ago, kitten.
He taps the ground with his foot.
Listen.
I can't hear anything, but I sense faint metaflux fluctuations.
Maybe we can do this.
Black-red energy particles seep into the ground. A few seconds pass before the metaflux readings suddenly spike to dangerous levels. The ground rumbles and a horizontal crack appears in the central area to reveal a massive creature underneath. It quickly opens its eyes and leaps. It's a wanderer. The wanderer is encased in a massive shell. It instantly releases a powerful burst of metaflux. Does the N109 Zone prepare these kinds of surprises?
Of course not. I suspect this grand spectacle is their idea of a welcome party for honored guests from afar.
Who's trying to mess with us this time? What do they want?
I don't care. I've had enough of this game. And its endless amount of rules.
He stands at the edge of a raised platform as black-red mist spirals up from his arms. It engulfs his entire body.
Let's end this once and for all.
Eso sí, me encanta que se ponga así de serio. Tengo el pie atorado. Y hola Joaquín, ¿qué tal? Y bueno gente, eso es todo por hoy, señores de YouTube, señoras de YouTube, gente de YouTube y demás, así que espero que os haya gustado el vídeo. No os olvidéis pasaros por aquí por Twitch para salir aquí en YouTube, para decir hola YouTube o demás. Y no os olvidéis de suscribiros aquí y de seguirme en Twitch, ¿vale? Así que nos vemos en el siguiente vídeo, gente. Bueno, ya estaría.